This is Spinnaker3 here with an Alliance War video, and the puns are back and they might even be worse. Now, I had the choice of bringing Claire along, but why would I ever bring Clairvoyant to war? It's all about Mojo on this channel. But our first fight up here is a Longshot, and I'm taking Path 9 in Section 1, which is Hazard Shift. And to be honest, I'm going to be using Ghost, so it would be a long shot for me to die here. And so I'm just reading through his nodes to make sure he has nothing that can counter miss, because it has been a while since I fought Longshot, but that it's just his special one that can actually counter miss. So I just go in with Ghost. As long as I dex that special one, which isn't too bad, I should be totally fine. So starting from the beginning, I just need to do medium combos. And since I get the passive Fury, my damage really starts ramping up very quickly. And you can see here, I get a little skeptical about throwing any more mediums because I want to just bait out this special one. And he throws it pretty easily. And so I just need to get a few more medium hits in, and this fight will be over. I mean, hazard shift paths with Ghost just go by so quickly. These champs really need to be unghostable for a good war defense, in my opinion. And usually when they're unghostable, they're quakeable. So there's really not many options here. Now, on this next fight, it's a Korg fight, and Korg fights on this node can get rocky if you mismanage the Thorns damage and all of the other kinds of hits that he has and defensive abilities. And right there, I eat a combo to the face, which is never fun. But luckily, I've nailed the special 1 intercept after my last war, and I'm fine taking a little bit of Thorns damage, because whatever. But I'm triggering Protect on my basic hits because of the passive Furies. And so I'm trying to limit the amount that I actually hit into him, other than with my intercepts, because my intercepts do remove his protection stacks. And you notice that when he has his rock field up, or his rock shield, I tend to just go for phase light to just get some easy rock shields down. And that way I don't have to worry about taking the Thorns damage. And even though this is Korg, who is one of the toughest defenders, he's going by very quickly. Not to mention he was placed with recoil, and that last medium finishes it off. Now I take my Korgs on the rocks because he just got served. And speaking of food, I didn't think I ordered Domino's, but I was lucky to get some Ghost food right before my next section, because this next fight is just made for Ghost. Ghost is tech, so she can't get unlucky. And she really gets around the power gain that Domino has, just in the sense that, like, they're very easy to throw specials, the opposing AI. So I never find it too difficult, and I never really find myself eating a special 3. You also notice I take all my fights in war relatively unboosted. I'll talk about the boost that I take next. And right there, I get hit in my phase. I don't know what registered. I mean, you can play that back. I don't think I actually attacked in. And I just think that the second hit just happened to connect, which was sucky. But it's whatever. I mean, this fight is safe regardless. I'm not worried at all about the death, because I didn't die from that one combo, and I don't plan on getting hit again in this fight. Right there, you notice how much damage that special 2 did. I mean, if my Ghost was awakened, or if I had a power back synergy, this fight would be even easier. But luckily, the opponent had suicides on, so they're killing themselves with recoil and debuff damage. And with that special 1, the recoil kills off Domino. So that ends my paths for this time in war, but going next, I am going to be taking the Professor X on Footloose. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, Mojo is incredible for Footloose. I mean, it makes sense because he dances all around the node. And so I'm just going to be sending in Mojo here, and it'll also help gain him a persistent charge, which will be helpful for the next fight that I take with Mojo. But starting from the beginning, for Professor X, you want to be able to parry his medium hits. So I just dash back a little and go for a medium hit. And my goal is to complete my prompts as quickly as possible and have him throw his specials when I have a prompt completed. However, he did not play ball, and that entire special just got wasted. But luckily, Professor X has such a slow recovery after his specials that the entire Footloose just kind of disappeared during his charging phase. So I really had nothing to worry about in terms of the unstoppable and evade. So this placement is a tad confusing, but regardless, Mojo is still amazing for it. Right there, I get block a prompt. So I block the first hit of the special, since Professor X isn't at 100 channeling charges. I get pushed to my special 3. I do have my massive amount of damage from the special 3 because it does put a ton of degenerations on Professor X. And with that, I mean, this fight is just going to go a lot more smoothly. I mean, Mojo is really unstoppable against this node, if you know what I mean. So right there, you start seeing that the unstoppable and evade immediately got turned to like no uptime, and they turned into degenerations, and that just added to extra damage for me, which helped Mojo get through that fight with a full yellow bar. Now, up next, I have a Havok on the Ebb and Flow Intercept node. And I have so many health boosts that are expiring, the plus 10% health boost. So I just decided, why don't I just throw on one, because I don't want to waste it. So this is the first fight you'll see me take that's actually boosted. And I'm just going to spoil it in advance. I'm going to rain havoc on this fight. I mean, Guardian is just so good in war, and he's so safe to use. And you'll see what I mean, because I think other YouTubers like Vega have put out videos on just how good Guardian can be against Havok. And you'll see that I get free willpower healing from the plasma since I'm not a robot and I have an armor up buff. And this is Ebb and Flow Intercept. So unless I get an intercept, I'm not going to be doing a lot of damage. But luckily with Guardian, I can build up to a ton of special 3s, get a lot of charges, land an intercept, and then get all my damage in a single small window. So Guardian is actually perfect for these fights, in my opinion, because it's literally the kind of playstyle you want. You want champions who can get a lot of damage quickly in a short window of time. And Guardian does just that. So you notice here, I actually land an intercept. I wasn't really trying to go for intercepts until I was ready to launch the special 3, but I'll take it. I mean, I'll always take it. Here I hit a combo. I could always lie and say that it was to show off the willpower healing, but it was honestly my mistake. But it is still a great way to show off the willpower healing. I mean, you can tell that this fight is full of plasma because it really gets the blood flowing. But in all seriousness, all that plasma debuffs are just free willpower healing. Now, I will say Guardian against Havok is a bit of an iffy matchup. I know a lot of people don't like it that much because Havok has a lot of energy resistance, and all of Guardian's attacks are energy based. So that's a definite reduction to his damage. And before I throw any special 2s, I have to have an extra armor up buff on me with the heavy. You notice I'm also going for perfect blocks on special attacks to gain even more power. Right there, I land an intercept that was intentional so that I can get this heavy, get an extra armor up buff, and then launch a massive special 2. Look at how much Havok goes down, and there's barely any health left on him. Here, my screen kind of glitched a little, but whatever. You notice the perfect blocks to get some extra power gain. And the reason I have to throw a heavy before launching the special 2 is because my special 2 will consume an armor up buff if I'm above 3 force field charges, or at 3 force field charges. And if I don't have an armor up buff, I take a ton of plasma damage against Havok. So right here, I go for another intentional intercept, get the heavy off to get the extra armor up buff, launch the special 2, and it's like clockwork. I end with a full yellow bar on Guardian. I mean, that fight is just amazing. But speaking of amazing fights, I think this next one is even more of a treat. People know of a lot of counters to Annihilus, but I think no one really knows how good Mojo is for Annihilus. And I know what you're thinking. Mojo has low block proficiency, Annihilus hits into your block a lot, but you'll see exactly what I mean. Because Annihilus has this one pesky ability where if he puts a stifle on you and you dash back, he gets a pretty long unstoppable buff. But if we know one thing about Mojo and buffs, he makes them instantly expire. Right there, I missed my light intercept, so you'll see that that definitely didn't do wonders for me, but I start nailing it towards the end. And you notice that already he got an unstoppable that turned to a degeneration, which is helpful for getting even more damage. Right there, I got the complete a buff or expire a buff. And you notice right here, I dash back twice before launching my special 3. That's so that I can get rid of the stifles, put more degenerations on Annihilus, and then launch a special 3. And you'll see just how much damage this does because I did land an intercept. I did get the massive fury. And so it's he's already at 50%. And it's not like I'm doing any too bad on health because Annihilus, if you take enough blocked hits, you do start healing back. Mojo has a pretty underrated healing factor in my opinion too. And since I have my big fury up, my goal here is to just land another intercept, and I do it right there with a light intercept and then throw a massive special 2. And you'll notice right here, I intercept his dash with a special 2 and it kills. I mean, it's kind of funny that Annihilus has the rod since I was in control of that entire fight with Mojo. So that was just a super fun showcase of why Mojo is a really good Annihilus counter. And I hope people actually start using him because I think he's really good. So next I have Ghost, and I'm taking a Hazard Shift mini boss Apocalypse. Very simple and straightforward fight. I put 2 potions in because Annihilus does have, or Apocalypse has a lot of block damage on his special 1 if you take it. But I tend to do a dex on the first hit and a dex on the third hit, and I take the second hit on block. And so it does reduce a lot of the damage I take. Anyway, here you notice I get my passive Furies, which means I start doing enough damage soon to trigger Protect, which is a little unfortunate, but you know, my phase dash actually counts as an intercept. So you notice right there, I dex, block, dex, and it really doesn't remove that much health, especially since I've brought along Guardian with the synergy. I am especially tanky. So I'm really honestly wasted a potion in my opinion. I mean, I'm barely losing any health from these specials. And all I have to do is just keep going medium hits. And I'm not going to throw my special 2 because he is a protect defender. And this fight is just super smooth. I mean, it's a lot of health to get through, but the passive furies make it go by super quickly. Even if I trigger protect, I'm not triggering it that often. Here I get a little bit into an iffy rotation, so I just beta heavy to just quickly reset, and then I go right back in. Once again, when I take the special 1, it's dex blocks dex, and I think that's a super helpful way of avoiding a ton of block damage. So I know he's called N Sabanur, but in this fight, he was more like N blah blah Nur because he's all talk and he has nothing to show for it. I mean, this fight is just so safe. I'm not taking much damage at all. And the next hit will do the trick. Just have to go one more dex block dex. And then my next combo finishes him off. So I hope you enjoyed this war video. And if you did, leave a like and comment on if you want me to do more of these. And I'll catch you later.